All right, we're live, Carol.
Great. So, hello, everybody. I'm here assisted with my dogs, and most importantly, Juan from Art Storefronts is helping me tonight. He's going to help with questions that you have and anything like that, and help me keep on track with talking about the pieces and everything. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Carol Walker, and I'm a photographer, author, and wild horse advocate. And I love spending time with wild horses. There is nothing that I enjoy more. I go out to a lot of herds in Wyoming and spend time with the horses. And I keep going back to the same areas, because I get to know the horses over time. And it's kind of like a soap opera sometimes, because you'll find out that there's a stallion, mares, and babies in the band. And sometimes you'll have the stallion loses a mare, or he'll get a new mare, or the filly goes off to another family. And every time I go out, it's like, okay, what's happened next? So Valentine's Day is coming up, and I thought I'd have a show where I have pieces in stock ready to ship in case you have a Valentine in your life that you would like to give a present to, or to yourself for Valentine's Day. That's a very good thing. And I thought I would also tell some stories about wild horses, little love stories about the wild horses. It's always so enjoyable to see them and watch them interacting together, and especially the stallions and mares that have been together for a long time. So I thought I would start with Blue Zeus, who is really one of my very favorite stallions. And this one is called number 1 Blue Zeus Head On. And it's a gallery wrapped canvas. And as you can see, his beautiful forelock is in front of his face. And he's basically kind of hanging out, taking a nap with his family. And I just love the detail of the forelock and the mane. I use a really long lens, so I'm not on top of him. I'm quite a ways back, but I like to get a close view, so that's why I use a long lens. And this piece is 24 by 30, and it's $425.
I think it's a good time, Carol, to give some sales instructions.
Yes, so you can click on the link. Do you have the link posted?
Yeah, the link is in the description of the video, yeah.
And what you can do is you just go straight there, you find the piece that you like, you click on it, and you buy it. And I will be shipping it this week. So you'll get it in time for Valentine's Day. And yeah, so that's basically it.
Yep,
And
you got it.
these are all canvases and metals. I really like the canvases and metals because right out of the box, take them out of the box, you put them on the wall. You don't have to do anything to them. You don't have to frame them, nothing. So there'll be a variety of different metals and canvases tonight. So one of my other favorite wild stallions is Washakie, and he has very dramatic coloring. This is number 2, Washakie courting his mare, and here he is. He's nuzzling her really close, and they were together for many years. Washakie is now on his own, but he's doing very well in McCullough Peaks. That's in northern Wyoming. And this piece is a small piece, so it's 11 by 14, and it's $115. So the next piece is a brand new piece for me. I just took it not very long ago. It's called The Wild Painted Family Comes Close. And this is a very colorful group of horses in the Red Desert of Wyoming. The Red Desert of Wyoming has some of the most colorful horses I've ever seen. And they were very curious about me, and they came trotting right up. And so I loved seeing them. And it's called Wild Painted Family Comes Close, and it's 16 by 32, and it's $350. And it's also a gallery wrapped canvas. So, and then Wild Family Leans is the next one. And this is This is a wonderful little family in Adobe Town, which is in the Red Desert of Wyoming. And you can see they're all leaning on each other. And it's very sweet. I just love their expressions. And this one is a 16 by 24 gallery wrap canvas. And then number 9, the Black Curly Stallion's portrait. This is Bubba. He's an extraordinary wild stallion in Saltwoods Creek, Wyoming. And he was rounded up this winter, but he was released. So he's still free. And see the gorgeous curls. And I love this on metal because you can see the back. It's glossy and it picks up every detail. And I think metal with a black and white print is a really, really neat thing. And this one is 8 by 12 and it's $150.
Carol, we have a question from Tina Hartman. Carol, do you ever sell just photo sizes like 8 by 10s or a little bit bigger? She's just curious about that.
You mean fine art prints that are not canvases or metals and in 8 by 10 size? Yes, absolutely, on the website. So on my website, let's see. What's the easiest way, Juan, to tell them to just go to the website rather than this page?
I can post a link to your website in the comments here for them, okay? I'll do that.
Yeah. So every image here and on my website, you'll be able to buy a fine art print. And if you find a print and it's 8 by 12 instead of 8 by 10, just message me or email me and I can set it up so that you can get an 8 by 10. These are not wild. These are domestic horses. They are an Arabian stallion and a Lusitano stallion. And they're both black and they're at a sanctuary in Portugal for stallions. And they met for the first time and just fell in love with each other. The Arabian stallion was very shy until he met the Lusitano stallion. And then he came out of his shell. And this is a kind of almost a heart-shaped piece. So I really like this. And I think it's a good Valentine's Day piece. And this one is 16 by 24, and it is $295. And next to it is Black and White Friends, and these are also domestic horses, but these two are Andalusians. And one's gray on the right, and he's an older guy, the gentlest, sweetest boy. And then the black stallion on the left is younger, and they get along really well. It's funny, people say, oh, stallions are too wild, they can't get along. But I find the Spanish stallions to be incredibly gentle, usually. And these two are best of friends. This is a 16 by 20 on canvas. All right, and then Looking Glass Looks. This is a brand new piece. This is Looking Glass. He is an Appaloosa, a leopard Appaloosa, which is quite rare in the wild. And he's quite a character. And he has a mare and a yearling. And he escaped the roundup. I think the helicopter flew over him and he ignored it. So he is still wild and free with his family. And he's quite the character. And I love this piece because kind of got the wind blowing and you can see his spots really well. I think black and white brings out the detail and the spots and everything and can be quite dramatic. This piece is 24 by 30 and it is $395. This is also a brand new piece. This is Adobe Town Mares Run Free, and it is number 15, 16 by 24, 325. So these 3 mirrors are all gray, and it's interesting seeing the different gradations of color in the gray. And these mares were released at the roundup, after the roundup, and so they're running out to get back to the area that they live. And they stuck close together, which was neat to see. Looking glass and storm. So here's another piece about that's looking glass, and this is the leopard Appaloosa stallion, and then he's there with Storm, a gray stallion, who's the stallion of this family. And they've been hanging out together for months. They seem to get along really well, and sometimes they posture and paw and snort at each other, but it's never anything serious, and they do enjoy each other's company. So this is an 8 by 12 on glossy metal, and this one is 150. And then the next one is one of my favorite pieces of Blue Zeus. It's called Blue Zeus Portrait 2, and it's small. It's 12 by 12, and it's glossy metal. And again, it's kind of cool seeing the back of these metal ones, so you can just hang them. And this one's 185. And I was able to, the year before Blue Zeus got rounded up, I got to spend quite a bit of time with him. He found me, I always think of it that way, in a lot of, several times over the months. And I would just sit with him and his family and watch him. And he would watch me and watch over his family. And it was wonderful just sitting there and very peaceful. And I always feel very lucky when wild horses accept me and stick around and let me into their world, which is basically what they're doing. And that one is 185, I think I said. The next one is one of my favorite images from McCullough Peaks. I call this Nuzzle. And this is Trade Bead and her baby Tecumseh, not Tonkawa. And they were very, very close. And Tonkawa is a big boy now. This was taken a long time ago. And it's a 12 by 18 for 145. And Trade Bead sadly passed away, but she had lived a good long life. And she was a wonderful mother. Okay, the wild family on the hill is this one over here. And this is on a glossy metal. And it's the stallion in the back, the mare, and then the baby. And they did a complete circle around me, which was really fun, on a very smoky gray day. And they were just walking together, and you can see the stallion being protective on the outside and the mare in the foal. So that's always fun. And that one is a 20 by 30, and it's 375. And then another metal print that's 16 by 20, another wonderful stallion, is Galaxy. He's a black stallion, and he's in the Pryor Mountains of Montana. And this was right up over the Bighorn Canyon, and you could just see the sky, and it's you can see every hair in the metal print, and I like that a lot. And this is what it looks like on the back. And this one, is 250. So do we have any questions?
Let's see. I think not so far. Belle's saying very nice. Carol saying, "Whoa, I love that picture." Tina saying, "Thank you so much for the website link." And Joe saying, "Gorgeous work." No
Oh, great.
questions so far. Yeah.
Nice. Let's see. Where is the one I'm looking for?
I think it's
Here we go.
Lucius and Iris. Yep.
Yes, it was right in front of me. All right. This is a 16 by 20, and it's Blue Zeus and Iris. And Iris is in the back, and Blue Zeus is in the front. And Iris that day was being a little shy, and so she let Blue Zeus go in front. And this one's 16 by 20. And this is Iris. And it's $250. And the next one's a metal piece, and this one is also domestic horses. So I also photographed domestic horses, and this was in Alberta, Canada, on a very, very cold day. And these are 4 stallions, 4 black Percheron stallions in the snow together. And it was just really fun seeing them move around in this like really snowy winter area. This was in the Rockies in Alberta. Yeah, so this one is 14 by 28 size, and it is $275. So there are, on all of these pieces that tonight are discounted. Some of them are really heavily discounted. So you won't be getting those regular prices. Those prices on my website as regular prices. Corona and his family. So Corona is one of the most famous stallions in Sandwich Basin. And you get a sense of how wild horses touch. They're constantly touching each other. They're so tactile. And here they're taking a nap. They're near the water hole. They already drank, and they're just sitting here touching each other. And I just love this piece for the feeling. And Corona was rounded up, but he was released in Sandwich Basin. So Corona was not rounded up. He's still there. He's still free. And he is a magnificent older stallion. Face to face. Okay. This piece is from McCullough Peaks, and it is a filly here and a colt, and they came really close to each other, and the filly's not too sure, but this was definitely a cute little love story. They were in different families, and they met, and who knows, maybe they're together today, but this was a moment at McCullough Peaks. And it's 11 by 14 for $115. And then probably one of the biggest love stories, this is Picasso and Mingo, his mare, his lead mare for many, many, many years. And the two of them were inseparable and always together. And very, very sweet together. Picasso is probably one of the most iconic wild horses, and he disappeared in 2019, but everybody remembers him in Sandwich Basin, and everybody knows Picasso, and just this was a fun moment between the two of them. And this one is $115, and it's 11 by 14. And then this one is one of my very favorite mares. Her name is Strongheart, and she's from the Red Desert Complex in Wyoming. And she is like the matriarch mother of that herd. She used to take in orphan foals, This one is hers. And you can see how beautiful it is, the mountain in the background. And she was rounded up, and she is now at Skydog Sanctuary. So she has a forever home there. And but this is her in the wild. And this one is 11 by 14 also, and $115. This is the Wild Family. This is $115, and it's also 11 by 14. And it is Mare, her yearling Cremosso, and her young foal. And this is in Palomino Butte, which is in Oregon. And this was just before sunrise. I had never seen these horses before. That was my first trip there. And they came quite close, just investigating and checking me out. And I just love their colors. They're so beautiful. And then this one, I have a lot of McCullough Peaks pieces tonight. This beautiful mare and her foal is actually named Cremosso. And I followed him and his brother since they were born in McCullough Peaks. And 3 years old, they were rounded up, and I adopted them. So Cremosso is now in my pasture. But this is him as a little boy. And his family, his mother and his aunties just doted on him. So, and I love the colors, the greens, the colors of the horses here. This is a 12 by 18, and it is $145. And then we have another strong heart image. This was just before the roundup, and I call this Fearless. She is kind of shy with people, but on this day, she walked toward me and stood for a little bit, and you can see her beautiful blue eyes. And this is 16 by 20, and it's on a canvas. Oh, and I haven't shown the backs of the canvas. So, let's see. Give you the details on this one. It's 16 by 20, and it's $275.
Carol, so, I think we missed one piece, which is number 6. That'll be Blue Zeus Legend.
Oh, thank you.
We missed that one, yeah.
See, that's why you're here. Keep me in line.
I'm also a fan of Blue Zeus already, so I want you to show that piece.
Everybody seems to be a fan of Blue Zeus these days. So this is Blue Zeus Legend, and it's 15 by 25 size, and it's on metal. And it's so interesting how, like, you can see in this piece, you see kind of the browns in Blue Zeus. In this one, you see the blues. So roan horses are not actually blue. They have a mix of white and black hairs that make it look like it's blue. So that's that piece, Blue Zeus Legend, in the corner there. And it is $350. And yeah.
Awesome.
So anybody having questions yet?
No, I think people are really shy today. We don't have any comments or questions. But it's okay. It's one of those days. Yeah.
I understand. So yeah, so I really appreciate people coming and visiting me in my studio. And it's always a great excuse for me to tell stories about wild horses, which is one of my favorite things to do. So if you have any questions about any of the pieces or any other pieces, please feel free to message me or email me. My contact info is on the website, and you can do that, and I'd be happy to help. Also, if you're trying to figure out which piece to get and you need some suggestions, or you need some suggestions about how to use the website, anything like that, please message me, email me. I'm always happy to help.
Yeah, and I think it's also a good idea to remind people until when are we extending the sale?
Yes. So the sale, all these pieces at their sale prices are going to be going on until Sunday the 6th. So if you're thinking about a piece right now, that's fine. If, if it's just one, then grab it while you can, and then the sale will go on till the 6th. And yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. We're not having any comments coming, so I think we're ready to go, Carol. We're ready to wrap
Okay,
it up.
that sounds great.
All right, so I'll
Thank
end
you,
the
everybody,
live
for
stream now.
coming.
That's good. Let's see.